Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This is Mr. Shakespeare here again with you on the 18th of April 2023. I'm here with psychic medium and remote viewer Liz Cross. How are you doing today, Liz?
Great, thank you.
Super. Right, we're going to do a market cap prediction thing video now.
And I know how much you love your market caps. I don't technically understand it, why the market cap is so important. So for anybody new listening, would you please let them know?
So yeah, the total market cap is the combined total of all of the cryptos and the price and the volume. And so that gives you the market cap on any given day, and then they're all totaled up, and then they get the total market cap of all of the cryptocurrencies. So if we just look at the CoinGecko chart here, currently the market cap, the total market cap says 1.33 trillion, which it says there. And if we look at the market cap of Bitcoin, well, that's 588 billion. So, you know, that's the leader by market cap, and then Ethereum at 252 billion, Tether 81, Binance Coin at 54, and then so on. If you add all those together, you get the total market cap. So one of the things to look at, you can look at the total market cap in the same way as we look at the indexes in the stock market, like the S&P, the Dow, the Nasdaq, and things like that. The higher the number, which is the all of the components, you know, added together, we can look at that as a trend or an indicator of how things are doing. So a while back, the global total market cap was under $1 trillion. So, you know, we're up 30-odd% since that time. But it has been as high as 3 trillion. So obviously we're well down on the all-time high. So I think it might be useful to have a little probe out into the future and see if we can find out from our friend CoinGecko how the market cap is doing, the total market cap. I'm not interested in individual coins on this one. It's just the total market cap. The rationale behind it is if the total market cap is increasing, then there's more money flowing into the crypto space. If it's decreasing, the money is coming out.
All right. So how far out would you like to go with CoinGecko?
Well, we're now in April. Can we go out 6 months? So that will be the end of October.
Okay, so October 18th.
Oh yeah, 18th. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Fine.
October 18th, 2023, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. What would you like to know? So is the total market cap of all the cryptocurrencies higher or lower than $1.33 trillion? Is the total market cap of all the cryptocurrencies higher or lower than 1.33 33 billion?
Trillion.
1.33 trillion. Is it higher or lower? It's higher.
Okay, is it higher than 1.4? Is
it higher than 1.4? It's higher.
Higher than 1.5?
Is it higher than 1.5? No.
So it's somewhere between 1.4 and 1.5, yeah?
Yes. How much is that in percentage range?
Well, if it was, you know, it's probably 10% tops.
Okay.
Has the total market cap of all the cryptocurrencies been higher than it is now at the end of on the 18th of October, this number between 1.4 and 1.5, has it been higher at any time in the last 6 months than that?
Higher than 1.5 at any time in the last 6 months? No.
Higher than 1.4?
Is it higher than 1.4 at any time in the last 6 months? Yes.
When was that?
When was higher than 1.4? Was that April, May, June, July, August, September? So I feel like around September.
Right.
Maybe like the end of August going into September sort of time.
Okay. All right. Let's look the other way. Has at any point in the last 6 months from the 18th of October, has the market cap, total market cap, been below 1.2 trillion?
Anytime in the last 6 months, has the market cap been below 1.2 trillion? No.
Has it been below 1.25?
Well, 1.25. I feel like it could go to 1.24, 1.25.
When might it do that?
We could do that in April, May, June, July. Is it July? It's possibly July.
Right. Okay.
It certainly feels, is it lower in July? Yeah, it certainly feels lower in July.
Okay.
Now, numbers are not always absolute, but try to get close. It gives us some sort of gauge to go by. Is the lowest month from April to October is the lowest month. April? No. May? No. June? No. July? Sort of at around the end of July going into August. So it looks like it sinks down around that time. And then, then it starts to climb back up. There's a massive buy-in.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's not bad because that means that at least the level is holding, 1.25 to 1.4 trillion all the way through for the next 6 months. So there is a little bit of stability there. There's always movement. There's movement in everything, But I think that's quite good.
Mm-hmm. At least it's, we're not heading for that May crash, that we seem to be getting every year, right? That May nosedive. Are we going to have a May nosedive this year? No, I don't feel that we are. Now, there is a problem with this. And the problem is you find that all these remote viewing groups, or certainly most of them, they have problems predicting crashes. And there's a reason. And the reason is that you're not supposed to avoid it. So if you know that the psychic is putting out that the crash is coming, crashes bring about lots and lots of life lessons and emotions. We have so many emotions tied to money. And so therefore, these groups, and myself included, may not always accurately predict a crash. However, in saying that, I just don't feel like it's going to crash down. I feel like it's going to hold steady this year.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, if it peaks higher, sort of, end of September into October, then, that'll be okay. That's pretty good.
At least it's retaining its value. And that's a good thing because, what's going on, I'm sure over there in the UK, the same as here. Inflation is hitting us yet again. Things have gone up. I went to put gas in my car, petrol, Mr. Shakespeare, as you say over there, petrol. I went to put petrol in my car the other day, And I'm like, how did the gas price jump, another 50, 60 cents a gallon in a week or so since the last time I put gas in my car? So, when you start talking about petrol prices over here, and I don't know if the UK is the same, but certainly over here, once those start going up again, that's where it hits us in our pockets. Most American cities, and most Americans are not living in places where there's public access to public transport. And so we have to have cars, we have to have fuel, we have to truck goods, up and down and across the country. And it always has this knock-on effect. So here we go again. There's going to be increases at the grocery stores yet again. We're getting hit with inflation again this month, and it's very evident. I don't know. Are you being hit over there?
Well, our fuel prices have come down. I know why your fuel prices are going up, because your strategic petroleum reserves, which were used by the Biden regime to keep the prices down. I mean, you basically pumped in the gas that you had in reserve. So you pumped a lot of that out into the system to artificially keep the price low so Americans wouldn't notice. But the problem is now that you're having to buy gasoline, fuel in the open market. So that's why the prices have gone up. You're going to get, you've been shielded from it. Americans were shielded from it, basically. So the Biden regime wanted to pretend that it knew what it was doing with petroleum and everything. So it just dipped into your strategic reserve. So can't do that anymore because you haven't got much of it left.
Well, this is certainly, I know that we feel it. We feel the inflation again this month. Just when you thought it was coming to an end, we feel it again. Now, as we're moving closer to the end of the year, let's ask CoinGecko this. Is the price of Bitcoin higher or lower than 30,000? So it's higher. It's higher than what it is now, for sure.
Is it higher than 40?
I'm sorry, what was that question?
Is it higher than 40,000?
Oh, you always push it, Mr. Shakespeare. Let's see.
You put the question up there. You put it out there. So I'm only following your lead, madam.
Oh, all right. Only if you promise that we'll do a mind probe on King Charles within the next day or so. Is it higher than 40,000 US dollars? No, it's not higher than 40,000, but I do feel that it's in the high 30s. So there you go, everybody. Are we trying to hedge against inflation with Bitcoin? Maybe.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad thing, would it? I mean,
no, that's the name of the game. The name of the game to investing, or saving and all of that is, how do you beat natural inflation, let alone what we've had to see in the past 2 or 3 years, right? This is not natural inflation. This is a nightmare. So how do you beat it? How do you hedge yourself against it? And I guess, considering that Bitcoin is going to be up, I suppose if you bought one Bitcoin, you would definitely, sort of make some money against the inflation. I'm sure the inflation's gone up more than 38, but when I probed that out, I felt like it was around 38,000.
What about Ethereum whilst you're there?
Ethereum, higher or lower than 2,000? Higher than 2,000, higher or lower than 2,500? Higher. So again, Ethereum, I tend to like BNB. Why? Because it's kind of cheap. So is BNB higher than 350? And BNB is also higher. So across the board, those big performing cryptos, they're going to be higher than what they are now.
Good. That's
And just a reminder for those of you that are not subscribers, for $3.50 a week, I'm telling you, you get a lot of value for your money. I've got several probes that are coming out that are going to be hidden, away from the public eye, because we just can't put them out there. So if you want access to those probes, you're going to have to go to the Patreon/remote viewing and beyond. So thank you very much. I appreciate this one, Mr. Shakespeare.